Hey guys, quick video on how to curve your text. This is useful sometimes for headlines and more interesting design pages. It's also really useful for art credits because oftentimes art is going to have curved edges rather than straight ones. And then you'll want your art credits to curve around them to match. Like you can see right here, that straight art credit is kind of awkward under this curved image. So I'm going to show you guys how to make a curved art credit. I'm going to start by going over here to the line tool and just drawing a line. And then I'm going to go here. Oops, I'm already on convert direction point. I'm just going to right click to get back to anchor point, and I'm just going to add an anchor point. Then I'm going to click on that direct selection tool. I want these blue dots to turn into those white dots that are outlined in blue. That just involves a little bit of like clicking around until it gets there. If you're having trouble getting to these blue dots, so these white dots that are ringed in blue, you can just double click a couple times on another object and then come back to the line, and oftentimes that fixes it. Anyways, I'm just going to drag that new anchor point out and drag the ends in. Try to get them pretty much where I want them. And then I'm going to right click on my add anchor point tool to go back to convert direction. Click on that line, drag it outwards. These are a lot of the same skills that you should be familiar with from text wrapping around art. If you haven't seen that video, I'd highly recommend you go watch it first. A lot of those skills are pretty similar skills as to how you're going to be curving this line. And I'm just going to move that direction a little bit so that the curve is a little less harsh, hopefully so that I can get the curve to match the curve of the art pretty well. One thing I will warn you about is that once you put the text on this curved line, it's going to be pretty tricky to get it. It's going to be pretty tricky to change the curve. It's doable, but it's much easier to change the curve right now before there's any text. I might fuss a little bit more with this if this were actually a page, but I think this is pretty good for now. So now I'm going to go to this type tool and right click on it and click type on a path tool. And I'm just going to click on my line. And then I'm going to type. Okay, and then I'm going to just change that font to the right font for a art credit, which is Franklin Gothic Book Italic 9 point. And then a couple things. One, I don't want that black line there, so I'm going to click on the line, not the text, and then just go over here to properties and make that stroke 0 so it vanished. Another thing is if I wanted to move where on the line the writing was, I would click this skinny little line at the beginning and just move it along, and that will push where the text is starting. And then I would just move this so that the line and the text, so that was roughly one click away from the art, the same distance that you want your photo credits to be from your photos. And you can see I didn't do a perfect job curving this. I would want to go back, see if I could make that curve a little more accurate to the curve of the art. But that's just a pretty quick demo on how you should be doing art credits when you have curved art. And it's just a useful skill, especially if you want to do some of those more fun, design-heavy pages. Let me know if you have any questions, but thank you guys so much.